My friend was running from something. Now I know what it was. My street used to be one of those places where kids rode bikes and neighbors argued about lawns. After the crash, the homes emptied. Copper thieves raided the block. Stray dogs roamed the yards. I stayed, the last light on a dead street. So when someone knocked just before sundown, it felt almost supernatural. Melissa stood there, still composed, still modest, but her eyes were drowning in fear. She was trying hard not to show. She carried a heavy black briefcase. "Nathan," she whispered, "please, let me stay here tonight." She opened the briefcase just enough to reach inside, pulled out a single stack of cash, and pressed it into my hand. "I'll explain everything later. Please, just give me a room." I let her in. She moved into the spare room, closed the door, and burned sage quietly and privately. Nothing dramatic, nothing ceremonial, just survival. That night, I heard heavy pacing outside. I looked through the blinds. Two creatures prowled the street, hairless, blackened skin stretched over long limbs, eyes glowing red like furnaces. A small flame flickered at each of their tails. They weren't wandering. They were tracking. One stopped, looked directly at me, barked under its breath, and kept searching. Morning made everything feel safer. Melissa emerged calmer, thanked me for shelter. By afternoon, she was actually laughing again. By evening, she was helping clean. But every time the sun dipped, she disappeared into her room, locked the door, and burned sage. And the creatures returned right on schedule, pacing and sniffing the street like trained hunters. By the fourth day, she'd paid all my overdue bills, ordered food, brought the house more warmth than it had seen in years. So when I saw her clothes washed by hand, my machine had been dead for months. I returned the favor by hanging them outside. Just as the sun disappeared, Melissa walked in. She saw the empty chair where her clothes had been. "Nathan, where are my clothes?" "Oh, outside," I said. "I put them up to dry." Her face drained. The creatures howled from somewhere far off. Triumphant, close. She bolted upstairs. Then came a knock. One single confident knock. I opened the door and saw a man in aviator sunglasses, dressed sharp, posture professional, flanked by the two beasts. "Evening," he said in a polite tone. "I'm looking for a woman named Melissa, wanted for fraud, embezzlement, and federal crimes. May I search your home?" A cold voice behind me said, "Close the door." Melissa stood on the steps, gripping a .45, her face blank, eyes fixed on him. The man smiled. "Well, there you are." "Close the door," she repeated. I shut it. The beasts roared, slamming into the door with terrifying force. Wood splintered, hinges bent inward. Their claws raked across the floor as they shoved their heads through the cracks, snapping wildly, eyes blazing. "What is going on?" I shouted. Melissa finally said it. "I sold my soul, Nathan." She explained the briefcase, the never-ending $666,000, the contract she broke, and the collector sent to retrieve her. Talmage. The house shook, walls bulged, the lights blew out. A voice seeped through the drywall. "Let me In. The creatures smashed through the doorway and burst inside. Massive, skin like burned leather, tails burning bright as they tore through the living room. We sprinted upstairs. One of the creatures lunged, jaws snapping inches from my leg. We crashed into the attic, kicked open the rooftop panel, and scrambled out as claws tore at the hatch behind us. Below, fire crawled up the walls, struggling against the fire-retardant paint. The flames hissed, flared, and dimmed, dying slowly as the night stretched on. And then, dawn. Talmadge stood by his old black Ford, the creatures whining beside him. "You can't run forever," he said. He opened the door. The beasts leapt in, and the Ford vanished in a streak of darkness. My home was ruined. My life gone. Melissa looked at me. "If I stay, I die. If you stay with me, you're marked too." So, we ran. We didn't look back. That was 2 months ago. We're still on the run. I'm writing this from the passenger seat of Melissa's new car. We sleep in daylight, move at dusk, and listen at night. So here's my warning. If you ever see 2 hairless, black-skinned creatures with burning red eyes pacing your neighborhood at night, if you hear claws scraping pavement after sundown, if a polite man in aviator sunglasses knocks on your door and asks to search your home, do not answer. Do not negotiate. Do not let him in. Run, because his name is Talmadge, and he doesn't stop.